Hello everyone, I'm Andrew Voss and it is time to come into the time tunnel again for Awesome 80s right here on Fox League, and I've picked out a couple of very special games to showcase in this week's episode. 1987 is the year for the first game. Now, Parramatta had their great era by that time. The retirements of Ray Price and Mick Cronin after the 86 grand final meant things were turning a little down. And their opponents here are the Eastern Suburbs Roosters. But in this game, Peter Sterling was still at his very best. In fact, this match against the Roosters at Parramatta Stadium is regarded as the finest of his club career.
The game start here. It's Slater who kicks off. Parramatta defending the northern end of the ground in the first stanza. Eastern Suburbs, the southern end, or the scoreboard end. And that's Steve Morris who's going to get up and play it. 12 metres out from Eastern Suburbs line. Gilmister, and he's back towards the quarter line. The Roosters, second at the moment in the Winfield Cup. And that's a good combination there between Tasman and also Trewella.
That's where the Roosters will be looking for their strength, David, in the forwards.
Gary Worth, the first kick in general play of the match, up over the halfway line. Taylor allows it to bounce and now runs it back to the halfway. I think he'll enjoy it a bit more back at fullback today, especially knowing that at halfback is his great pal, Peter Sterling. Parramatta with the ball just inside the Eastern Suburbs Roosters territory. First penalty of the afternoon going the Parramatta Eels way, though, not allowing the Eel to get up and play the ball. Now that's McGahn, and Lydon's going to get the kick in, up over the halfway. Oh, gee, that's a good kick. And Taylor makes a bit of a mess of that. He better get there quickly. French got there, and so too did Smith. And the Parramatta fullback's going to get up and play it, only 12 metres out from his own line. Sterling, it comes away to Chalmers. And Chalmers trying to get around Tasman, and also up there Shepherd. The two Eastern Suburbs props do a fair job of containing him.
Well, look at Taylor here. Well, he seemed to miss it somehow. He must have, misjudged that.
Brett Scott standing in the tackle. That's a good pass from Taylor. Away it comes now towards Delroy. Delroy's got it away to Klinkovic. Klinkovic can fly. He's up with the halfway. Good run and good cover defence. Getting across there, David Smith, effecting a good tackle, and two youngsters that could well run David, sporting Australian colours together. Sterling straight through the middle. Forward over the quarter line, and Ford will open the scoring. He's in underneath the post. Parramatta 4, Eastern Suburbs 0.
That was Parramatta Eels of old. It started right on their own try line.
10 metres out, right in front of the post. Another former country boy, hailing from Young, moves in. There's the kick. It's successful. 2 points to Parramatta. And the Eels, after 5 minutes, are leading the Roosters by 6 points to 0.
I've seen East play the last 3 games, David and Stevo, and there's no doubt the major problem in their play, they're not supporting the ball carrier. Players like Shepherd and Tasman are taking the ball up pretty hard, but there's no support play.
Well, both sides have made handling errors, and look at the little man Sterling. Away it comes. Lowry, the pass comes away to Taylor. Taylor gets it away. Klinkovic, in fact, that's Chalmers. Chalmers going for the line, and he's held up. He's only about 10 metres out from Eastern Suburbs line. Taylor, now it's with Mosley. The pass comes back at Scott. On it goes from Sterling. The way to Win. Win for the line. Win will score. Peter Win's in. Win brings it around. Coben tackles him, but Win gets the ball down, and Parramatta are leading 10-0. Back on the quarter line, 9 metres in. The chance to convert the try. It's going away, though. Eastern Suburbs with the ball. Morris. Hall. 30 metres out from that Parramatta line. At 15 metres in from the Michael Cronin stand side of the field. That's the eastern side. Trewella from dummy half. Morris moves in. Morris goes on his own. He's very dangerous from that position. If he can get half a gap. How many times have we seen him do it for St George? Scored tries from that position. Down the centre is Worth.
Well, the Roosters are trying all the moves, but they can't get through this defence. They're going to have to resort to the kick.
Spina, the pass comes away to Hall. Hall back on the inside. Good run from Hall. He's still going. Last tackle against Eastern Suburbs. They're about 19 metres out. Spina puts the kick up. It's coming down about 14 metres out. Taylor going high. It's gone loose. Worth's got it again. Worth decides to hoist it up there again. Back there that time, and taking the ball is, I think Muggerlin was it who got it? It was. John Muggerlin's got it for Parramatta. An Eastern Suburbs player down in the back play. It's Hugh McGahn. Oh, he's hurt his arm again. That right arm seems to be troubling him. I hope it's only a knock and not a break, but He does look in some sort of pain and agony, the New Zealand captain and the Eastern Suburbs captain.
There's no doubt, David, that McGahn flew very high to tap that ball back for Worth, and he landed very, very heavily on the arm.
Oh, it's hanging from his arm, from his shoulder. Look at that, the brave attempt at affecting that tackle, but look at the way he's holding that arm.
He's in a lot of pain, David, and remember, it was at Henson Park when he got that injury.
And good thinking, he's got the ball back to the halfway line.
Well, once again, they're catching Eastern Suburbs on the hop with his quick play of the ball.
Now,
they get it ground all the time.
And look at that Ford. He had a great game last week against Cronulla. And now Wynn takes it up, and Wynn going down the centre of that ruck. He can't get it away. Krinkovic tackled without the ball. Crowd appealing for the penalty. Last tackle against Parramatta as Sterling puts the kick in. It comes off Lydon's hand, and Worth has made a bit of a mess of that, but he might have been a bit unlucky. Sterling. Away it comes to Scott. Scott, the work move with Taylor. Taylor got it away. It's gone back to Laurie, and Laurie can't get his pass away to an unmarked Scott. He's only about 6 metres out, though. That's Mosley. Away to Sterling. Sterling pops it up for Scott, and Scott's in under the posts. I think they were going to switch it back this side of the field as it comes away to Sterling again. Now out wide, taking that pass well was Ericsson. Ericsson, he can't get his pass away. Wynn was backing him up. Muglen was on his outside. Ericsson plays the ball. Wynn throws the dummy on his own, and Wynn's almost there. Wynn almost got that ball over the line. Good defence though on the last line by Eastern Suburbs. Last tackle against the Eels. There's Sterling's kick, and he's gathered it and scored. Peter Sterling deserved that. It's 20 points to 2.
Thinking all the time. Lovely kick through, down through. If it pops up, in it goes. What a great try.
Peter Sterling. I don't think there really are enough words in the English dictionary to describe how brilliant he is. Slater moves in to convert the Sterling try, and he's successful. In the back play, Lydon's down injured.
Copped a bit of a high one there. As he got the ball away, Lydon. Oh.
Hastings. And there's a couple of forgotten names in the Parramatta club at the moment. You notice Paul Mayers, Brian Jackson, Steve Ella, Eric Groth. Now Ericsson has had a lot more opportunities in the second half to display his wares. Young man who played for City early in the year. Now Mosley, a dummy half. It comes away towards Steve Sharp. Open side Sterling. The pass, in the end it finishes up with Wynn, and Wynn taken very high by Gilmister, but the referee says across the shoulders. The two Eastern Suburbs players, I think, have clashed heads, and they're both flat out on the ground. It's a handover. East will get possession. The referee, though, has called timeout, saying that he wants both players looked at. Ericsson, Mosley. Mosley, the dummy. It's been a pretty fast game too. Wynn, he's got that away. Now that's Mike Eden. Eden over the halfway line. Eden tries the little chip and chase, but Sterling's grabbed it, and look at Peter Sterling. Goes Sterling, and he's in. What a try. Peter Sterling, take your hat off to the man. He has been everywhere. Parramatta have absolutely slaughtered the Roosters, and Peter Sterling finishing off that fine kick from Eden. Parramatta leading 26-2.
Beautiful play by Eden. He came back inside, beautiful step, realised there was nobody there. Kick through, now he gets impeded there. The referee was looking towards to give the penalty, but who pops up out of nowhere? Maestro himself, Sterling. Magnificent try. Well deserved, head-on shot. Good play by Wynn, fends away, gives himself room. There's Eden, watch the step. Comes through, realises there's no one at home at full-back. Kicks through, then he gets pushed to the ground. Here he comes. The man of the moment, the man of the match. You could have given him the award at half-time. A great try.
Slater from on the quarter line, a chance to add the extras. It's pretty good, but it's across the face of the goal. And so Rod Slater, the prop forward, who's had an absolute blinder this afternoon. 3 out of 5. I don't think there's ever such thing as a good loss.
Well, it sometimes can shake you out of complacency, David, but with so many injuries, and it's the manner of which their defence has been shot to pieces, it's going to be a big problem for Artie Beetson to build them up from here on in to go to the semi-finals.
So they've still got another chance here. Parramatta, the chip into the in-goal area. Bit of indecision, but they just managed to fall on that loose ball. It's a big kick too, up over the halfway. That's a monstrous kick. Not do them much good. Eden with it, feigns the kick, is taken by Johnston.
There's David French, not too happy.
He's hobbling around. The last thing Arthur wants to see is another one.
That's for sure, David. They're like it's like a hospital bench down here.
And Peter Wynn's gone straight through. He's still going, Wally. And Peter Wynn, and hasn't he had a big game this afternoon? 10 metres out from the eastern suburbs line. They're not finished with yet, the Roosters. Sterling still barking instructions to them. I should say the Eels, as it comes away now to Scott. He's got it away, Slater. The pass to Ericsson. Ericsson back to Sterling. Sterling on his own. Sterling looking for a hat-trick. Can he get there? It's a hat-trick for Sterling. What a comeback as the captain this afternoon. And Peter Sterling has scored 3 of the best.
And you've got to remember, this guy played his heart out for Australia on Tuesday night. You'd think he'd be absolutely out on his feet.
So Peter Sterling, he should get the 3-2 and the 1 point in every man of the match award this afternoon. And I'm certain that in Rugby League Week this week it'll be interesting to see whether it is possible to get a 10 out of 10. He'd have to go close.
I'd give him 11.
Morris from dummy half. Long pass there from Melrose to Smith in a bit of space. He can't keep it going. And on the outside was Hall, and there's the siren, and a lesson to the crowd. For one of the few times this year, the Parramatta fans stand to a man, stand to a woman, and they will give this young man and this young Parramatta team a standing ovation for one of the most incredible wins of the season. A stunning upset, a thrashing. And there he is, the man that engineered it all, Peter Sterling. A sterling job and a sterling performance from Parramatta. 32 points to 2.
Welcome back, and how I love the awesome 80s. Let me take you to round 21, 1988 right now. The second game that I've picked out for you this week. This is the Balmain Tigers versus the Penrith Panthers. It's a classic match of the day showdown at a packed Leichhardt Oval. Life could not get any better. The Panthers had won 9 of their last 10. The Tigers had won 6 of their last 7. Ellery Hanley was playing his first game at Leichhardt Oval. And in this game, if I may pick out a great moment, it's one of the biggest hits I ever saw. Ben Elias smashed by the Panthers' Brad Izzard.
Stand by for a big one as we bring you this round 21 Winfield Cup clash today from Leichhardt Oval between the Balmain Tigers and the Penrith Panthers. Penrith 4 points ahead of Balmain on the premiership table, so the Tigers will be desperate for a win today. Hello, I'm Rex Mossop. Welcome to our State Bank big game. Well, Penrith came into this match after a win over Newcastle, and who will ever forget Balmain's clash with Manly down at Brookvale Oval last Sunday? It was certainly a torrid affair, with Manly coming out winners by 8 points to 4.
Tigers make their way onto the field, led by Wayne Pearce. They get a huge cheer from the crowd, but the big question is, can they carry on the intensity from last week's match against Manly into this game against Penrith today?
At the other end of the scale, it's Royce Simmons leading Penrith out. What a moment of truth for them. A loss could see them struggling for the top 5. A win could have them on their way to a possible minor premiership of 1988. What a clash in the forwards.
And listen to this reception for Greg McCallum. A man under tremendous pressure after the publicity of the game against Manly last week.
The referee was quick to signify that that tackle was round the top of the chest.
Just have a high chest. Oh, some heavy stuff now as the Balmain forwards pour in. Guy playing it. Penalty's gone to Penrith. So Baker with this fairly simple kick. Makes no mistake. The Panthers draw first blood at Leichhardt. It's Penrith 2 and Balmain nothing.
Elias running from dummy half already, dummying everywhere. Through 2 and 3 dummies, about a metre short, Elias. Maguire was bowled over without the ball. Pearce, quickly for Roach, he gets outside his man, flicks it back for Sirinen, out for Brooks, throws the dummy, goes back in, the defence holds, last tackle. Looking dangerous, Balmain. Well, the penalty, Peter Kelly is already up inside, there he is. And no mistake from Brooks. So the scores at Lycone Oval, Balmain and Penrith, 2-all. Van der Voort, 2-all, the Tigers and the Panthers. Strong defence again coming in. Geyer. To his feet to play the ball just outside his own quarter line. Cartwright. High swinging arm from Steve Rhodes. The ball comes astray for Sirinen. Out to Elias. Again, oh, what a tackle! Oh, look out, Ben Elias.
If he didn't have a bad back before, he's got one now. That was a tremendous hit. See this again, shoulder high. Drove him back 6 feet. The State Bank replay is a cruel thing to watch. That's a terrible tackle. Totally legitimate, nothing wrong with it, but my heavens, it really contorted Benny Elias.
Brad Izzard has come up with the hit of the year.
Gee, good, I'm glad I've retired.
What a tackle. It's done him no harm.
2-all is the score. Maguire playing it forward. Now Elias running from dummy half. There's a gap for him. He's over the quarter line. Pulled down by Baker. Last tackle for the Balmain Tigers. And a penalty's gone to Balmain.
Yeah, stupid play by Baker.
David Brooks puts him between the sticks. So Balmain have hit the front here at Leichhardt. 4-2 over Penrith. Neil Baker with the restart for Penrith. Down for Gary Jack. Just on his own line. Van der Voort is there to bring him down. One player that is not there for Balmain today after a nose operation is Michael Neal. He's with Bill Anderson sideline.
Mick, 4 points to 2. That's a handy lead considering you're going into the win.
Hold it there, Bill, because Big Block has got a pass away to Robinson. Robinson down the touchline. Infield pass for Hanley. Hanley looks for support. Is it there? Yes, it's there in the head of Benny Elias. Elias will score onto the post. A sensational Balmain try. Started by number 11, Steve Roach.
Oh, splendid stuff. Beautiful football. And I think Ellery Hadley's repaid the Balmain club in that one movement there. Here's Roach. He's really cleaned him up there in the middle. He's got through and a beautiful pass out to Robinson. Robinson goes up and the defence comes to him. Gets a lob pass back into Ellery Hanley. Now this is where Penrith should have stopped the movement. This is where it should have been cleaned up properly, but he still kept an arm free and gave it to Benny Elias, who was still travelling on the middle. Now Elias sights the goalpost and goes underneath the black dot. Beautiful stuff. And Balmain surge away now to a lead of 8 points to 2 with a kick at goal to follow.
So Brooks from right in front sends the Tigers even further in front. It's all Balmain, 10-2 over Penrith.
That's where they're attacking continuously on that fringe of the ruck. 1 and 2 passes out. Elias, the try scorer, dummies his way through again. Away goes Ben Elias, another dummy. The pass around the back, taken well by Bentley. Balmain really are opening up this Penrith defence. There it was, the pass from Elias. Just couldn't get it out to Hanley. Now we've got a touch judge in. This would have to be against the defending side.
We can pick it up on the back play there.
Well, there it was up in the top that Bradley knocked over.
That's right, just on the left of the screen, not clear, but he's been given 5 minutes in the sin bin.
Simmons quickly takes the tap. Well, the pass went to absolutely nobody. Maguire picked it up, and in the bargain picked up about 10 or 12 metres for himself. Freeman. Chris Morton was up very, very quick with the Penrith backs. He's found a hole, and away goes Gale. Has Alexander got the pace? He's not, oh, just ankle tapped him. He was away. Desperate stuff from Alexander. They're holding him down in the play of the ball. This will be a penalty. Baker's in the bin, and another opportunity at a goal. With a possible 2-point bonus for the Tigers right on half-time. Strikes it well, getting away across the face of the goalpost. That's all the action to a brilliant first 40 minutes by Balmain. Last tackle now for Balmain. Gale has his kick charge down by Simmons. 6 more tackles. Gary Jack. Plenty of room to move. Right up the middle goes Jack. Gets a good pass away for Gale. So Penrith really didn't put their defence together when Simmons charged that down. Now Gale, Elias rather, was chased by Alexander. They've come together. Dyer separates the two of them. Penrith, what can they do? Izzard, Mortimer. From a standing start, he finds Izzard again, trying to brush off Freeman. Desperate, really desperate for a try, this Penrith side. Gerard, Kelly. 10-2. 8-point cushion for the Tigers. Alexander, he's got to cut loose. He really has got to start to run. Plenty of catching and passing. We mentioned it in the first half. He's got to give them something to think about. Mortimer. Pass back inside. Izzard will pick it up. Gerard puts Bradley into a gap. Down to the corner. He races away from Gale. He's going to score in the corner. Well, they were really showing nothing with the ball, Penrith. And that try really did come from nothing.
Gerard found Bentley in the middle there and gave it to him, put him through into a gap. Now, at that point, he had support on the outside in green, but I think he realised that he had the pace to go on with it, and he decided to do so, and it's a good try, a very good try, reminiscent of the try he scored up there at Parramatta Park. So, a good, incisive burst. I'm not so sure that it came from nothing. They were set to move the ball on that occasion.
Neil Baker takes a deep breath. Strikes it well. The touch judges have followed it in. Terrific goal under pressure from Baker. The game really alive at Leichhardt. 10-8 the Tigers lead.
Simmons gave it away to Cartwright. His kick is straight down Gary Jack's throat. Jack is caught by Kelly. Just short of the halfway mark. Pobji, this Penrith side playing to stay in the top 3. Balmain playing to stay in the race for the semi-finals. And this kick is rolling towards the touchline, but Baker is going to have to pick it up. He'll have to pick it up. He didn't. It's a try. Coleman scores. Neil Baker went to sleep.
Thought he could have had a conversation there. He had any amount of time to get the ball dead. All he had to do was to look at the pace he's come up to the ball too. Really dreadful play by Baker.
Starts it out wide, but the wind is not going to bring it in. Way too wide. No result. But Balmain have shot to a 14-8 lead over Penrith.
Conlon, listen to the chant come up now from this good crowd at Leichhardt. Conlon on the run around. Straightens and takes the tackle. Plenty of back tap from Freeman, who came together with Guy. Dummying again from Elias. Nearly right through. Well, here's an easier shot at 2 points. Craig Connor there on the sideline at 26. Conlon puts it out of the ground from right in front. So an important goal that. Balmain 16, Penrith 8.
Now Alexander, who really hasn't shown anything out here today, but look at Izzard. Izzard's made a good bust over halfway now. Looks for support. Found it too in Alexander. Alexander in and out. Over the quarter line, still going. Got support. Got the pass away, which is picked up by Izzard. That is a great Penrith try. Turns his back on it. That means it's a goal. And the touch judges put their flags in the air. So Penrith right back in it.
They go blindside. Roach dummies his way through. A metre short. He was the villain last week. Now he's one of the heroes, maybe. Elias. More dummies from Benny Elias. 2 metres out, Balmain. And only minutes away from a win that'll keep them alive in the Winfield Cup. Scott Gale. Long pass out for Hanley. Again, he's gotten rid of Brad Izzard. Dummies. Straight through. Can he get it down? He was over the line and pushed back. 12,500 people on their feet. There's times running out for Penrith. Sirenen. If they can push the ball out wide, they have the numbers, Balmain. Roach. Dummies again. Now it's Hanley. Long pass out for Podgy. He has Conlon. Steps inside. Very solid hit as Guy come in at the back. We're right on the sixth tackle as Podgy tries to creep down the blind. Absolutely monstered by Roach and also Sirenen. The clash in the forwards has been terrific and it's not over yet. Simmons out of dummy half. Smashed to the ground by Maguire. So much emotion leading up to this game after their defeat last week against Manly. Now Mortimer with the cross kick out wide for his backs. It'll be a Balmain ball easy. Jack to bring it back. And with it, 6 tackles that should wrap up the game. There it is. And the crowd's gone crazy at Leichhardt. What a superb performance by Balmain, especially in the first half. Standing ovation for them, 16-14.